Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am starting my week off here in the craft room, just cleaning up. I haven't cleaned up my most recent thrift store finds since the last video I did, so I'm doing that now. I'm just kind of and I was working on some other projects too, so I'm just kind of putting some of my supplies away too. So I kind of felt like I needed to start with a clean slate because I haven't. I haven't taken a lot of time in my craft room lately, so I have some projects I want to work on. I want to make some cards. I want to get my journal sewn in, and those two things require me to kind of clear the decks as far as my desk is concerned. So I'm taking care of this right now. This was a thrift store haul I did a few weeks ago. So I'm just, rather than going back and forth to put everything away, I'm kind of getting everything into piles and getting everything ready to go and kind of sorting it so that they can just pop them right into the places where they belong. So this was my big find of vintage buttons, which I'm so excited about. I had started a drawer, which I still need to label. I've got to get some more labeling done in my vintage supplies, but that drawer is all filled with vintage buttons now. So I put those away, and then I've got my fun napkins that I found, and I've got some of these field guides for the birds I found, and another little work basket catalog that I found too that I'm putting away too. And my drawers are filled to the brim with stationery, so I've got plenty to work with. But I'm going to be working on a lot of different projects, so those will definitely be used. And I am just putting away my cardstock too, because I had this out from another card project that I did. I keep every single little piece of paper in my colored cardstock, as well as my white cardstock. And I love this Jennifer McGuire way of storing cardstock. It just makes it so much easier to put away and keep track of, and also keep track of all the little scraps. So I have them in rainbow order up on my shelf. And now I'm ready to start a card. This was a card that is a custom card that somebody locally had wanted me to make. It's a back to school card, and I just love it. It's so cute. I've made this before using these Doodlebug stamps, and I'll put a link below. They're still available, I believe, and they're just a great little back to school card you can make for a little one in your life. And they've got all kinds of fun little images on them, but they'd also be good. They have art images, like art supply images, as well as kind of notebook paper and pencils and things like that. So you could use it for all different kinds of things, not just school. So it's kind of nice. It's pretty versatile. And so I'm just kind of stamping all these little images at once so that I can Copic color them later. And I'm just using the Memento ink for that, and my Misty. And then I'm going to use a really fun tool in a minute that I'm excited about, that I'll show you. That's kind of been the big talk, the tool talk around kind of the card making world, which I'm always, like I've said before, I'm kind of like 6 months behind everything, but I'll show you that in a minute. But right now I'm working on the inside of the card using an old Simon's stamp for the inside. This is from Waffle Flower. This is a grip mat, and I am loving this. I'm using it right now to just stencil on or ink blend a stripe onto the middle of this card front. And I really like the grip mat because I got the clear one, so I can put it over my regular mat, so I can use the grid lines and get straight lines when I'm ink blending the stripe. But I like the grip mat because you don't have to use anything to stick down your cardstock. Your cardstock sticks right on top of it. It's basically like a gigantic acrylic or photopolymer stamp that it sticks down on your surface, and then it just peels right up again. It cleans up really easily if you get a little bit ink on it, and it kind of makes the process quicker. This is the first time I've used this actually, so I'm really liking it. Different companies I think have their own. I got the one from Waffle Flower. You can pop it right into your Misty too. There's a size that fits the Misty, so I haven't tried that yet with this one. I got the Misty size one, so I'm going to do that. But right now I'm just kind of coloring in all my little images for my little the card front. I'm just going to fussy cut them all out to kind of pop up on the front of the card. So I like to fussy cut. Sometimes it's easier. Sometimes it's quicker than using the die cuts. So I don't always buy die cuts for my stamps unless it's a really intricate stamp, or if it's say it's like a teapot and has a little hole where the handle is. I like to get a die for that because then you get everything cut out, because I can't do that with the scissors. So I'm just gonna pop this up on the front of the card, and this is ready to go. And I just think it's really cute. And you can do, there's a little girl version too, so you can do a little girl card too. And what I do is I put a sticker on the back with my information, and then I just slide it into a card jacket. And these I get from Clear Bags. Clear Bags is a great place to find any type of card making supplies, especially if you need them for craft shows. There's every different size bag you can find. And then the card jackets too, that you can get them for square cards, for larger cards. And I'm just popping my business card in with the envelope, and then you can just tuck the envelope in the side, and then it protects the card. I use this too for selling locally on card stands. It's really great. So this is, I forget what day this is. This is a whole week of crafting, so I was trying to take a little bit of video every day. So this is probably Tuesday, I think. I'm working on trying to get my vintage pages sewn into these new journals that I've been working on. And I think I showed these a little bit on my Instagram stories, but the covers are made out of vintage wallpaper. And I had a whole stack of different kinds of fun prints for the wallpaper, and I was trying to think of some way to use them differently than just, like a pocket or something like that. And I was thinking, why don't I try a cover? And they really turned out great. So I'm making kind of just a traveler's journal. It's bigger than a traveler's size journal, but it's kind of just a one signature journal. And it's stuffed with tons of vintage papers and cards and things like this. And this will be going up in my Etsy shop, maybe in the next couple, by the end of the month probably. But this one is a fall themed one. And then I have one that's more of kind of a ladies' journal. And so I'm just sewing in the signature for this one and making sure that everything's all tight on the side. I like the signatures to be really tight. I just use waxed string for it. And that's all set to go. So I've got that one. And then I have this ladies' one that I'm just kind of working on. I still need to put all the papers in. So that'll be for another day. But this is kind of the stuff that I'm putting in the ladies one. I had this page. I put this to the side because I wasn't sure how I was going to cut it down. It was a telephone-shaped book. And I want to kind of preserve the telephone shape, but I couldn't do that in this journal. So I've got a couple of papers off to the side that I'm going to use for pockets. And then the rest of these pages are what I'm going to sew into the journal. And what I've been liking to do lately with these signatures is to kind of decorate the inside of them with some interesting larger images. So for instance, this one, I'm using this printable from Kitty Witty Papercraft. It's really fun hair roller container printable. So I thought that would be perfect for the inside of this signature. For the fall signature, I did kind of a doily on the inside, and I think this one also has a doily. There's a couple other little additions that I did to the signature. So it's kind of fun to just add some more interest. And it's a great way to use up vintage papers too. If you don't want to sew them into your journal, you could add them with adhesive. I just used tape runner because liquid I think would seep through the scrapbook paper. So I'm just kind of making sure I'm folding this very nicely so it doesn't crinkle anywhere. And so that's ready to go. So next up, it's editing. I just usually take a day when don't have a lot of time, and I'll just put some of the clips together from my phone that I've been kind of accumulating. So I'm actually editing this video that you're seeing right now. So I do that on my MacBook and sometimes on my phone if I just have a quick reel or something like that. But otherwise, I just like to just kind of do it real quick, and then I'll kind of put everything together and try to release. Usually on the weekend is what I do. So, I enjoy doing it. I feel like the iMovie makes it pretty easy to edit. It's kind of my favorite. I've tried different editing programs, and this is by far my favorite, and it's really easy too. So I get this done, and I'll probably pull some clips to do some Instagram reels too, and maybe some YouTube shorts. So Fridays, I like to kind of keep it light. I'll either go over to Hobby Lobby and take a look around. I'll maybe do some thrifting, go to an antique store, antique mall. Maybe open up some things that I got and that I didn't have a chance to open, which is actually what I'm doing today. I had ordered some things from eBay, and I'm just kind of taking a look at them now, but I thought these were kind of interesting. I'm kind of thinking forward to Christmas time. I've finished, I got the journals all sewed in that I showed you earlier in the video. So both of those journals are all set to go. I just need to add like the fun things like the pockets and the flips and all that kind of stuff, and add some ephemera to the inside. But those are ready to go. I have another kind of romantic journal that I'm working on, but I'm also starting to think ahead to Christmas. And so I kind of was looking around on eBay to see if I could find some interesting items for Christmas and things like that. I can't always find those. They're hard to find around here if I'm thrifting, so I sometimes go on eBay and just kind of look for interesting things. This particular thing I found isn't Christmas related, but I typed in vintage paper ephemera, just to kind of see what would come up. eBay is so huge, you never know what you're going to find on there. And this came up. These are vintage Betty Crocker table settings, they were called. They're basically paper placemats, I believe a cup or something. It's basically kind of a do-it-yourself place setting. So it comes, I thought this was kind of interesting. I'm not sure what year it's from, but I really like the colors in this. I thought I might even use this in my romantic journal. This is the placemat. So it's these pretty blues and kind of lighter pink colors with kind of a cream colored background. So this is the placemat. And it's just blank on the back, and look at how it's like it's perfectly preserved, but it's got this really great kind of patina along the edge. I love that. So this is the placemat. Oh, it actually comes with 4 placemats, and then you get the napkins too. I can't believe how this is just so well preserved. You get these napkins too. So again, these would be great for tucking into journals, using for collage, that kind of thing. But you get that really nice floral pattern. And then these I really like too. They are, I'll show you this next. This is a table runner, but actually it's like getting 2 placemats. So you could trim this down the middle and use each part separately. Like you could take this part, use that as a page. You could take the middle as another page, and you just have the nice polka dots. And then you have this other side too. Or you could use these as 2 pages here, and you'd have to maybe do some trimming depending on how big your journal was. But I think there's a lot you could do with this table runner. And then this is place cards, and then I think a little cup holder. Yeah, it's a cup, or I don't know if it's a cup for like poker chips or something. I don't know. They call it a cup, but this thing you punch out. I'm not going to punch it out right now, but you punch it out and it turns into like a little, there's like a little floral border, when you turn it into the cup. And I'm not sure what you do with it. If maybe you hold on to little poker chips or something like because this is a place card here, and it looks like this might be for bridge or something like that. So it has a little score sheet on the place card, which I thought was so fun. So you can fold up the place card. Again, this would be great for journals. So I thought this whole pack had a lot you could do with it for journaling. And it came with like 10 of these. So I have a ton of them here. So I just thought this was something so different. So you never know what you're going to find when you type in something. So I'm excited about these. And then getting back to Christmas, I was kind of looking for vintage tags and things like that, and I came across these from Thrifty Value. They were from, and they're just old tags from displays, and I love the the font on it, and then the red and the green that can kind of go with Christmas. And then some of the things they sell on the tags are perfect for kind of like Christmas items. So oven-proof casserole, carver set, even a teapot. And then there was some other, I think, mini lights. Oh yeah, mini light set here. And I'm not sure what year this is from. Probably from a very long time ago because these prices are very low. Indoor sparkle kit, $3.69. So these are kind of fun too. So I thought these would be, and actually they're perfect. They're a perfect size for a journaling card. So you have this on the front and then just blank on the back, and you can do some writing on there. So I thought that was kind of fun. And then something I'd never thought about before were old library cards or library card catalog cards. So I ordered just a little bundle just to kind of see what they were like. And they're great. I mean, you can do, like, going back to Christmas, this is a book, Silent Night, the Song and Its Story. So definitely great for the holidays. And then it just has all the information. And I thought these would be fun to just kind of tuck into library pockets, obviously, or else you could also, but I would do some kind of decorating on the back, like do like a collage or just, I want to kind of experiment with these, and maybe I'll film it once I think of, some interesting things to do with these. But I thought I'll just get a little, you could buy them by the 300s, but I just got a little stack just to kind of experiment and kind of try something new, something fun to add to journals. So that was kind of a peek into the craft room for a whole week straight, and kind of the things that I work on for my Etsy shop, and also, trying to get videos done too for YouTube, because I do enjoy doing that. And so definitely subscribe to my channel and take a look at my Etsy shop. I'm going to be having a lot more stuff in as the holidays and fall come along too. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you in my next video.